Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is Jim, and welcome. And we are going to look at some Uncle Henry pocket knives. So before we do that, I want to just show you guys a couple mail calls that I've gotten, and I'm way behind on doing this. The first one being from a good friend of mine that is a big supporter of the channel before I even had a channel, when I was doing shorts and doing Instagram stuff. My buddy Mario at MIPD 1980 EDC. Mario does a great job with his content. He has got some amazing shorts and videos and minivan chronicles, and his pictures and things that he posts on Instagram, they are top notch. He has great combo carries with his watches and knives and lights and accessories. He's a EDC guru. So for some strange reason, if you're not subscribed to Mario over at MIPD 1980 EDC, get over there, check him out. You're going to be in for a delight and a treat. A great friend and a great member of the community. So was happy to get a couple of his decals finally in the mail, and these will be going over on the bonus board. So the second mail call that I got, and I got one of Brother Mickey Gray. Finally got his new decal. I've gotten his previous decal. You'll see that's on the box there, Hillbilly Ridge Outdoors. Mickey's a great guy, great friend. We've been able to break bread together. He was close to me here in Tennessee. He and his wife and Brother Randy, we were able to have dinner earlier this year, and then I got to see him again. It's like a family reunion when we go to a lot of these shows and stuff, guys. I got to meet him again at Brother Dwayne Clark's knife show up in Danville, and at that show he'd given me some of his fix and wax. This stuff is great. It's good for a knife, a leather, your beard, anything, and he makes this stuff and does a great job with it. And Brother Mickey, we had done a trade, and I think he's posted a video on that, and I haven't got to watch it yet. I'm behind on watching videos. Had a lot of honeydew lists tomorrow, but I had wanted one of these, and Stockman, I've been wanting any kind of whiskey bone. So Brother Mickey had found out that I wanted some whiskey bone, and he hollered at me and said, I've got a Stockman that I want to trade. And I said, okay, sure, let's do it, brother. And if you guys have looked at any of this whiskey bone, it's pricey, but it's beautiful. There's a reason for it. So, but just a beautiful knife, Mickey. I'm tickled with my end of the trade. Thank you so much, brother. And he also, not only is he doing fix and wax, but he's doing leather work now. So holler at Brother Mickey. I know that I'm going to be hitting him up for some leather work as well, in addition to this sheath. And brother, you didn't have to do it, but he was so kind and generous to throw this in. He said it would be perfect for a PB&J trapper. There's my PB&J trapper, and yep, it's like it was made for it, Brother Mickey, and it was. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that generosity for that gift. So 2 great channels, guys. Check them out. Excuse me. You won't be disappointed. So everybody here in East Tennessee is fighting allergies, so I'm a little stopped up this morning. Anyway, let's get in and looking at these knives. Uncle Henry pocket knives. Uncle Henry, the line, if I'm not mistaken, from the research that I've been able to do, was introduced in the early 1960s. Henry Baer, I think that's how you pronounce it, B-A-E-R, was the brother-in-law of the founder of Schrade Cutlery. So there you go. There's the Uncle Henry part of it. Great pocket knives. If you've watched any of my videos, go back to the playlist. If you've not, I love old timer pocket knives. I posted a video on my entire old timer collection. I'm going to try to keep this one brief. I've got some examples here I want to show you, but I'm a Schrade guy, huge Schrade guy. I like Schrade, I like the old timers. I like Uncle Henry, of course. So, but I want to hit on a few key reasons why that I think Uncle Henry, if you're a new collector or if you're collecting on a budget, perhaps, most of us are. I know the feeling, collecting on a budget. This is right up your alley. So several reasons that I like Uncle Henry pocket knives. First of all, they are vintage USA, vintage USA made pocket knives. And let's face it, vintage USA pocket knives can be pricey to own. If you look at Case, if you look at some of these other manufacturers, some of the older bucks, they can be pricey to collect. That's one reason that that you can, you can look at Imperial and you can look at Schrade, you can look at Old Timer, but Uncle Henry falls right in there, and I think they do it with a different twist, in my opinion, than some of the others. So one of the main reasons I like these is that they're vintage USA made. Now the Uncle Henry line is still made. Taylor Products, Taylor Cutlery owns them now. Of course, they have been made in China since I think 04 or 07. I'm not going down that rabbit hole of China-made knives. I own some China-made knives, but what I'm talking about here is one of the main reasons that I like Uncle Henry is that they're vintage USA-made knives. And for being said, they're affordable. They are very affordable. Uncle Henry knives, they're still out there. You can find them. This 285 UH, and if you can find the boxes, it's even better. The 285 UH, which is the Trapper, this one was almost mint. I mean, almost mint. I paid $26, tax and all, at an antique store here in Knoxville for this knife. The only thing I basically did was oil it and got her ready to go into action. When I say almost mint, someone had let this one sit around and it had some rust there on the back springs. And most of these Uncle Henrys that you'll find, in my experience, has been that the blades are the plus. You'll see the plus mark there, Schrade Plus, which indicates stainless steel, and the back springs are carbon. So this one had some rust on it. I got it off, but it did leave a little bit of pitting there, and there was some pitting, rust in the channel that I cleaned out. So this is going to be a carry knife for sure. So $26 for Uncle Henry pocket knife, made in the USA, vintage, made in the USA. I think this is the box that came with it. It's a little worse for wear, but it had the paperwork in it, and it's just cool to put in your boxes with your knives. But so they're affordable. They're still available. They are getting a little harder to find. Uncle Henry knives are getting a little harder to find, but you can still find them on the secondary market. If you're looking for a good USA-made vintage pocket knife that's affordable, this fits the criteria. Like I said, they are getting a little harder to find. You can definitely find them on eBay, but you can find them at pawn shops. You can find them at antique stores. Individuals, I see them on Craigslist and eBay from time to time, knife shows, things of that nature. Look for this Stagalon and the badging, Schrade USA, and they're there. So let's walk through a couple of these. Another reason I like them is because they do definitely have different models. All the models are not represented here, guys. This is just some I wanted to show y'all. So this one is pretty cool, and it does not have the Stagalon or anything, but it is a fillet knife. Uncle Henry fillet knife, you'll see there. USA. I picked this one up at an antique store. It's got some type of wood. I don't know if that's Coca-Cola wood or some type of wood handle. It's got some scratches there. I don't know if that's from being pulled in and out of the sheath or what. There's a little bit of pitting there. That's where this blade meets the aluminum. I think it's aluminum liner in this sheath. And it's a quality of leather sheath. I picked this up at an antique store and got a pretty good deal on it. And I didn't know what brand that it was. And I pulled it out and I thought, yep, that's one for the Uncle Henry collection. But yeah, so the Uncle Henry brand, if you look at it, there's a lot of variety. So we've got fillet knives. We've got folding hunters. You know, this is sort of modeled after the Buck 110. This one's got the Stagalon on it. This is the, let's pull this up here a little bit. This is the LB8 with the Stagalon. So that you can get this model. I've not seen a whole lot of these. This one looks like just your standard Schrade, like LB7. But this was an LB8 and Uncle Henry on the tang stamp. If you guys know more about those, let me know. But this is an Uncle Henry without the Stagalon, which is fine, which is cool. So I will say this about finding these Uncle Henrys, as it is with the old timers and some of the others. It's hard to find them in just mint condition. They are out there, some new old stock, but guys, these knives were used. People bought these knives to use them, and I'm completely content with that. You know, this trap or this folding hunter lock back has got some scratches there. I've not taken those out. I basically cleaned this one, sharpened it, and polished it up. You know, this one, there's somebody I have tried to buff this brass out. Someone used that as a little bit to hammer something down. You know, so many of these were that way. So if you're looking for them in mint condition, they're out there, but they're hard to find. They also have, you know, like other manufacturers, the folding hunter, the single blade. I think they make a double blade as well. I've done a video on this one. This is a Schrade Walton. I think this is from the 60s era. The 127 single blade folding hunter. I have the sheath with this one. And this is I think this is the 127 UH. Yeah, but the 127 UH, which is probably from the 80s or 90s, I would imagine. It's a great knife. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of variety from small fifth pocket knives all the way up to your folding hunters, fillet knives. There's fixed blades as well. I do not have, I think it's the Golden Spike. I don't have one of those. It's definitely on the list. This is a little pen knife with a file and a blade. This is a small Stockman that I found this one. It was in pretty good shape. So there's definitely variety out there, guys. You know, pen knives, Stockmans. This is close to like a 34 OT for the old timer. There's a medium Stockman, a little larger Stockman, which might be like an 8 OT. There's definitely variety in these old timer pocket knives. I mean, I'm sorry, in these Uncle Henry pocket knives. And of course, the trappers that we just looked at. And we're not going to hold you much longer, but the other reason that I want to talk to y'all about these knives, or that I like the knives, is the Stagalon. So who does the Stagalon better? Well, I'm going to have to probably give that award to Camillus. Camillus does a great job with their Stagalon. When it's oiled up and when the toasting and everything's done on it, I would probably have to give that award to Camillus. But with that being said, for the money and for the availability, and it's no slouch, I really, really, really like the Stagalon on these Uncle Henry. So here's 3 different Uncle Henrys right here. It's 3 different knives, but the same pattern, that 285 pattern. You'll notice that each one of them have a little bit different design, toasting, or however you want to say it, darkness, color variation on the Stagalon. Of course, these are from 2 different eras. You know, it has a different look to that. So yeah, so that's one reason that I really enjoy these as well. I mean, it's not Stag, but it's affordable. There are variations on it. You know, some folks may be modding those. I'm not for sure. But anyway, guys, this is just a brief history, a brief overview of Uncle Henry Knives. Please comment below if you have any information that you want to share on these, and comments on them, memories of Uncle Henry's that you have, or folks that you know that have carried them. Guys, I really appreciate it. Thank you for the support of the channel. Thank you for swinging by today. And guys, just remember, there's nothing about your EDC that's so heavy to carry that we can't call out for help, and that he won't help us. He never leaves us. He never forsakes us. Guys, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate you coming by. We'll see you on the next video.